inside, about to have a go at Demetriou as they come down through the curve, tries to stick his nose up the inside, but a little bit too far back, down to the old hairpin. This is exactly the position that Sumter was in race one, only it was his teammate in front of him rather than Ben Demetriou. There is Sumter's teammate. Andy Purdy continues on his way through McLean's. Demetriou comes up as well. Now I'm getting the impression here that Demetriou going a little bit defensive, which is causing Mark Sumter to get into attack mode, and this is allowing, as the pair are dicing, it's allowing Pete Morris to close in. Morris lapping a wee bit faster at the moment. I can tell you Marcus Carneil's just put in the fastest lap in Class 2, a 1 minute 20.271 for Marcus Carneil, and that's an improvement on his race 1 fastest lap. Pete Morris's was a 1:19.345. He's running comparatively quicker in this race too, consistently quicker, but doesn't seem to have the grunt to keep on terms with the Paragon car, and also Ben Demetriou's car as well. There is Demetriou running in second place. Sumter very confident about his turn into Redgate. I'm sure that's not going to make him come unstuck. We've got Paul Ward, who's the first of the back markers. I think he's going to be lapped in this one, the yellow car. I tell you that Ian Balam didn't, I don't think, take the grid in this race. And off goes Paul Ward, maybe just caught out a little bit with a mirror full of charging cars from Class 1 coming up on him in the first part of the race. But here is Richard Bennett about to put a move on David Bottrell. This is the battle for 14th position, and through on the inside, Bennett goes through. Great manoeuvre. Mike Salmon, who's recovered from his incident in race 1, is down behind them. Good to see Salmon on circuit in 16th position, but Richard Bennett up into 14th, and the next target for him, if he can get away from this pair, is going to be Paul Follett running in 13th place. Not sure if we'll be able to see those in the distance as we look at Bottrell. Bottrell in fact trying to get back on terms with Bennett, and Mike Salmon coming up as well and challenging the pair of them. Salmon in 16th place ahead of Tim Speed. But we're going to leave that battle and go back to the sharp end. There is Miles Maserati going through. '64 Kevin Harrison goes wide, and looking up the inside is Richard Ellis. So Ellis is going to try and go through. This is to take 8th position. Ellis is through, up into 8th position. Kevin Harrison down into 9th place. So Kevin Harrison from a very encouraging first lap. We could have been a little bit disappointed in the ASTS car. Just keep focused on this battle. At the moment we've got Chris Dyer down behind them. Chris, who's got the better of Trevor Lewis in this race as well. Trevor Lewis down in 3rd position in Class 2, but here is Mark Sumter. Mark Sumter in 77, but Andy Purdy still out front, and Sumter's got back into 2nd place. Well, I was just checking my lap chart there and thinking, hang on, am I seeing things? But Sumter is into 2nd, Ben Demetriou down to 3rd, so Mark Sumter into 2nd position. It's Paragon 1-2 once again, but significantly catching this lead group is Mark McAleer in car 14. So Andy Purdy, lights ablaze, leads. It's his teammate in 2nd position once again, then followed by Ben Demetriou. They're into back marker traffic once again. That's why the lead car's got his headlamps on. Demetriou in 3rd position. I think he's going to be kicking himself a little bit here. Tim Barber, the man in the 911 SC, black and yellow car, that has just been lapped. Mark McAleer back in 5th place, and Mark Sumter is on his way. So let's just drop down the order a bit. David Bottrell coming under pressure again from Mike Salmon. This is the battle you may remember for 15th position. Down behind them I think it's Paul Ward that they've just managed to put a lap on. So Bottrell still hangs on at the moment from Salmon. Demetriou comes from Yarm up near Croft Circuit, so the last round of the championship was his home round. And here comes Ben Demetriou challenging for second position. And what timing is that? Down into Redgate for the last time. Demetriou through into second position. Now look as well at Pete Morris, who's in fourth place. Pete Morris is fourth, chasing hard, but Mark Sumpter finds himself back down in third position for the second time in this race. And Ben Demetriou up into second, but he's too far back, surely, from Andy Purdy to do anything. Pete Morris still putting the pressure on. It's Mark McAleer back in fifth position, but we're hearing that there may be a timing penalty on Pete Morris because of being out of position at the start of the race, and potentially that could put Mark McAleer up into fourth position in the race. But the race leader, I think, is being caught. Pete Morris has got the fastest lap of the race so far, lap 17. 2 laps ago that was, a 1 minute 19.240. Eclipses his time from race 1, and we go on board with the fastest lap setter. He's challenging for third place. Sumpter goes to the inside. Pete Morris, remember, with this 10-second penalty hanging over him, he still wants to get the position on circuit as Paul Ward heads the leaders through. He's the back marker, but it's Andy Purdy. First win of the year. There he goes. Andy Purdy takes the win. Ben Demetriou second. Third across the line is Mark Sumpter, who, well, did he just get the better of Pete Morris? Andy Purdy confirmed as winner with Ben Demetriou in second place and Mark Sumpter third. Mark McAleer elevated to fourth courtesy of the time penalty on Pete Morris, who finishes fifth. Class 2 won by Marcus Carneal once again, with Chris Dyer second in Class 2. Third in Class 2 goes to Trevor Lewis, who finishes in 11th position. 23 finishers in the race today. The non-finisher, the man out of luck, is Kareem Moody. Fastest lap of the race in Class 1 goes to Pete Morris, and in Class 2 to Marcus Carneal.
Big battle out there in the second race here at Donnington Park.
Well, I know, I just said to the guy over there, it's so hard to think about what happened in the race just straight after. But I started from pole, which was unexpected because we had a good qualifying session in the rain. But it's inevitable that 911s get you off the line. So I made the best start of the season. And then I tucked behind in third because the 911s got away. And that was it. It was just a case of staying with them, keep on their rear end, and I was just trying to get past Mark. But the only way was to do a big lunge down the inside at Redgate, and I pulled it off twice, so I was quite happy about that. Yeah. But it was so hard work. By the end of that, my tyres were just finished, and it was just a matter of keeping it on the track and trying to keep a gap between first and third. So, but we're really pleased. The car, we've had a few problems with the car, and I'd like to say thanks to Faze1 and Hardtech, who built the car and spent all week doing this new engine. So because we had a problem at Croft, so although we'd like the win, it was second's great for the championship.